Hello, welcome to Anqui. In this session, we are going to talk about the load testing process. In the previous sessions, we have discussed about the load runner, the introduction to load testing, the introduction to load runner, the different load runner testing definitions, the performance testing types, and also you talked about the objectives of performance testing. Now, let's go and talk about and understand the load testing process that we could do with the load runner. So let's get started. The load testing process with respect to load runner is pretty straightforward and it's very simple. The first step is to plan and design. The second one is to create the load scenarios. The third one, execute the load test. And the fourth one, analyze and report. So it is associated in a simplest four steps. Plan your test first and design effectively the virtual user test script. Once it is done, create a scenario and then execute it and then a report. So when we say plan, so we need to have the clear cut picture. What are my objectives? Reliability, capacity, the number of users that the application should support, the transactions, the memory, the process, throughput, bytes, its, and much more. So as we store, as we capture the objectives, so based on that, let's create a virtual user script. So virtual user script is nothing but a load runner script that contains the step-by-step navigation, the step-by-step implementation that resembles a real business scenario. Once we have this, then we would create the load runner scenarios. What if I wanted to run this business scenario with 500 users? What if I wanted to calculate the number of transactions? What if I wanted to calculate the throughput, the response time, the number of hits? So based on these parameters, we would create the load scenario. Once the load scenario is created, then we would simulate the number of virtual users and then we execute. Once we execute the script, then we analyze the transactions, we analyze the system responses, we analyze the web server, application server, database server, and then we grab the results. We grab the report and then we report the same. So this is the simplest load testing process. I repeat, so when we say load testing process, it is associated with the four simple steps. Plan and design your script, create your load runner scenario, execute your load script, and analyze and report. And as we do, if you want more explanation and easy way to understand, so load runner has got three major components. The load runner virtual user agent, virtual user generator, controller, and analysis. So most of the process is being done with the VU generator, controller, and analysis. As we use these load runner components, so we need to monitor, we need to measure, we need to get the performance parameters from web servers, application servers, database, and from the applications. So this is the simplest way to talk about and to understand the load or the performance testing process. If you look at the slide, in the slide it is explained. So we have different servers. It can be a web server, it can be an application server, it can be a database server, or it is the combination of all these servers. And we access the application via an internet or a web. That application is configured to web server, the application server, and database server. So how do we measure the application performance? As we say, we measure the application performance It is nothing but the web server capacity, the application server parameters or performance, and the database server performance also. It depends upon both hardware, it depends upon both the implementations, the server configurations, the speed, the process, the transactions, the memory, and much more. So, how do we monitor and how do we test this? And we have the load runner. So, load runner comes up with three effective tools: the virtual user generator, where we can create the script; the controller, where we can create the load runner scenario and execute it and monitor the different servers capability, the different servers results, and then analyze the same with respect to analysis. So this is the simplest performance testing process with respect to load runner. The beauty of the load runner is it creates or it simulates or it replaces the real users with the thousands of virtual users, and it generates accurate, measurable, exact reports which are really accurate in the business, accurate with respect to the real world scenario. And it also generates the repeatable load on the application so that we can measure whether the application supports the exact load. We can also measure if the application supports the given number of transactions, the response time, the memory, the process, and much more. So, out of all, to give you the simplest short story in a summary, load runner is very, very effective. And the process involves in creating the script and then creating the load runner scenario, executing it, analyzing, and reporting. To do that, we have three components or three tools in the load runner: view generator, controller, and analysis. So we'll talk more about this particular load process. We'll talk about more about the load runner components in a while. But to understand as a short story, it is very easy and effective in the load runner because we have a performance testing process. Plan and design the script, create or design the load scenario, execute your script, and analyze and report results. So this is the five stage or four stage the testing process associated with respect to load runner. Now let me also explain in another way. The first one, we have to generate the script, and once based on the script as we generate, we execute it and we create the scenario with thousands of virtual users, and then we run the script and then we monitor. So these are the simplest way to understand. Plan your script, record your script, and apply with a load scenario where thousands of virtual users can be implemented. Then execute your script, monitor the systems, report, and then results, and then publish your reports, bottleneck or the performance conditions or the response time or the memory or the number of users support by the application, grab it and update it to the larger system. So that is the simplest process that we have with respect to load runner. So thank you so much. Thanks for watching the video. Please visit earnq.com. So summarize in the simplest way, we have talked about the load testing process. The load testing process contains four stages: plan and design your script, create or design the load scenario, execute your script, and then analyze and report the results. And to plan and design the script, we have a tool called virtual user generator. And to create a load scenario and to execute, we have a tool called controller. To monitor and to analyze the results or to analyze and then to get effective reports, we have a tool called analysis. So this is the entire process with respect to load runner. So thank you so much. Thanks for watching the video. Please visit earnq.com. There are so many videos, presentations, articles, books, and PDFs with respect to automation, test management, performance testing, and functional testing. So thank you so much and see you again.